It's week 2 of the National Football League, and we've got a much-anticipated rematch of last year's NFC title game. It's the Lions and the Eagles, all that and more, coming up next.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
And he said he was feeling good in the lead up to the season, and he proved it in a big way in week 1 with 4 touchdown passes. Had the offense moving at peak efficiency right at the start of the year. Awfully impressive.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. The numbers for Gibbs from last week, 22 carries, 84 yards.
And I'm eager to see how they deploy him in this game. Last week, a heavy workload. Do they decide to bring that down a little bit and try and keep him fresh? Or do they say, guess what? He's locked in. Keep handing him the football.
Now Goff. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Goff. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that will bring up second down. The Lions at 1-0 on the year following the win in week 1, and they were able to take care of business in front of the home crowd last week.
Yeah, it's always nice to get that opener at home, but now things get a little bit tougher. The good thing for them, though, is they take a little extra confidence with them when they head out on the road.
20, 5, touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are on the board first here this afternoon. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test his secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And pass past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Set. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. A look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 40.
That's good. For Eagles. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Barkley, inside handoff. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. In motion right, Campbell. Hurts. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That sack courtesy of Jack Campbell.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked.
Great. Set.
Play action. Here's Hurts. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. They'll need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 4th down. So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. This a 43-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field. And now off to the races down the right side. He may go. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive down with a kick other than the extra point. That's it. And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. Now, this defense for the Lions, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Out now is the punter, Braden Mann. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense and Jahmyr Gibbs headed back onto the field. And he has made his presence felt in the ground game already in this first quarter. They might very well lean on him the rest of the way. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Now Goff. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
That's really good play design right there, and it's one that comes down to the offensive line. It's a deep in route, but it's only going to work if that line gives you time in the pocket to wait for the route to develop. Mission accomplished there as they pick up the first down.
Goff now looking to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Buried for the sack by big Jalen Carter. After one, a 14-3 ball game. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. 5 yards gets him back near the original line of scrimmage as he'll be left with a 3rd and long.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
A shotgun snap for Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 more on that one and another first down. Again, it's Barkley. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. That stop made by Jack Campbell. 2nd and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. This is caught. It's Brown. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 35. They go play action with Hurts. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Smith catches left side. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Throwing is Hurts. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 21. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And
he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have got it back to within a score. Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run. Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 21.
Hey, 76! 76!
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. To throw is Goff. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Counter play, here's Gibbs. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle, but could not get away from there. And he has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
Back to throw, Goff. Now he's into the clear again, and he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. That one good for 37 yards.
This play is a thing of beauty when it works as designed because they let the running back slip out of the backfield and head down the sideline on a wheel route. Number one, it's easy for him to get lost. And number two, really tough for the linebacker to run with him. And this ball's right on the money and leads to a big play.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Goff now looks to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. To the air again, Goff. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here.
And in for the Lions touchdown. Jamison Williams, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Lions will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So this offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores.
Great, set.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got a man, complete. Big strides, look at him go. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dallas Goedert, 72 yards. And the Eagles get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 21-17. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And able to get this out to the 25. The Lions offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
What a game he's having. They've not been able to stop him or even slow him down. He's got 2 touchdowns already. That could have been a third. He's got the secondary coach asking people for answers. Can you help me out? Because we are not slowing him down.
Goff now to throw. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Keely Ringo picks it off. And the Eagles are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number one. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, and it's the Bengals who are out in front as those two head towards the break. Jamar Chase, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. From there, let's get to the Meadowlands to check on the Giants at home at MetLife Stadium. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting New Orleans Saints. Darius Slayton, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting L.A. Rams. J.J. McCarthy, 2 touchdown passes as his guys make amends for the setback in Week 1. In the first half, it was the Alabama man, Jahmyr Gibbs, who had it cooking. He's over 100 yards rushing for the game already and found the end zone twice as well. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins. With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime, but the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Got him in. It's Brown. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to bring up second down.
Now 2nd and 6 at the 46-yard line.
Great, set.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Out of the gun now on third down. He's got Smith here. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 41-yard line. They'll look to throw. And this will be caught by Brown. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. 2 yards to go, second down. Hurts sets up to throw it. And this one complete to Smith. And, he takes a shot at the end of that play.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. This offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Hurts. Quick throw to Barkley. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Eagles have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back. It got his man complete. There he goes again. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Lions have retaken a 3rd-quarter lead. Well, they got the ball to start the 3rd quarter, looking to take the lead, and they did so in a hurry.
Yeah, they certainly did. Now, you and I both know teams that love those sustained drives, those little body blows along the way. This team says, the heck with that. Why keep the ball longer than we need to? Let's go ahead and put it in the end zone and get to the bench and take a break.
First play of the 3rd quarter. Get ready. Could be an exciting second half. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts ready to take over once more. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the 3rd quarter, but a moment ago, the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Paris Campbell, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Eagles have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. Elliott good with a PAT, and that gives him a 3-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So here come the Lions now. And, CD, sometimes you don't need those complicated game plans or the added wrinkles. Last time, how you think about it, couldn't have been any simpler. One play, one pass, touchdown.
I know those coaches put a lot of work into this game plan, but I don't think they mind possessions like that at all. They just save those calls for this possession instead.
2nd down and 8. Gone. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Goff. This pass down the field for Gibbs. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Hurts going to give this to Shipley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. Back to throw here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And that will keep this a 3-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A gain of 5. First down.
Now Goff. And yet again, Goff is intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line.
Great, set. The Eagles take over first and 10.
No touch,
at the 47-yard line.
No touch.
Here's Hurts to throw. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
Great, set.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He delivers another to Goddard, complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. They go play action with Hurts. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
No touch. No.
Throwing is Hurts. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. From the gun, it's Hurts. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. A first down carry for Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up.
Great, set.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
No touch.
On 2nd and 11 now. Hurts. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Great, set. No touch.
They'll set up a throw. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Eagles are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over. And here a late turnover leads to a 4th quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The visitors' offense and Jared Goff set to take over once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Here's Goff. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
In motion left is Hopkins. Back to throw, Goff. This pass down the field for Gibbs. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Well, obviously they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 31 yards. And the Lions have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
Goff looking to throw. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2, they don't get it. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head, because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
And out now come the Eagles. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. It's caught. Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on. And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB. Detroit's offense ready to take over. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this fourth-quarter deficit. And this series could very well determine our outcome. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. From the 21, here's a 2nd down and 9. First carry now for David Montgomery. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle, because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
From the 4, it's second and a couple. They'll go again with Gibbs. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Lions have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. So now here come the Lions up to go for 2.
The Lions will set up for the 2-point conversion.
Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. They'll try and throw for it. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Ball on the 35. Here comes second and 5. He'll look to throw. And out across midfield down to the 45. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
No touchdown. No touchdown.
At the 45-yard line.
No touchdown. No touchdown.
They'll look to throw. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's first and 10 now. Up the middle with Barkley.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
It's second and 8 at the 32-yard line.
Second down, here's Barkley again. Stops short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. And now a pause because we got A.J. Brown dinged up on that last play, and they're going to have to get some medical attention to him. Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big third down. Back to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 13-yard line. Back to throw. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Saquon Barkley running right, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
At this stage, you've got to hustle, got to get back to the line of scrimmage, because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
Flushed out right. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. He's made one and he's missed one thus far. This for the win. And his kick is indeed good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And I tell you, when it comes to needing a field goal in closing seconds, pressure situation, there's something to be said for having a veteran kicker trot out there.
Agreed. It's so nice to have someone you can rely on, someone who you know has done it before. And this guy's as cool as they come, isn't he?
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Hey, lift. Good eye.
One last throw here for Goff. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for the Eagles, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they will fall to 1-1, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.